The passing attack when you're going with the wind. Jeff Smith, the quarterback for San Marino, if he's not able to play, and if he's a big part of their running game, that could hurt them as well.
We were down on the field, Doug, and I know you walked across the field. We had a little bit of rain last night. How does the field seem to you?
It's dry. The field is dry. It gives a little bit. It's sort of like AstroTurf right now. There's a lot of bumps out there on the field, but it's in really good shape. It seems to be all right.
Okay, so a pretty good situation as far as the elements are concerned, except for a very stiff breeze that is blowing directly from the north to the south. It is blowing left to right across your KSMA dial, and it will probably be a factor in this ball game before it is through. San Marino has won the opening toss and elected to receive the football, and Santa Maria, as well you might imagine they would do, will kick the ball off with that wind at their back. So the Saints will see San Marino have possession to begin matters in the ball game here this evening. I'm Johnny Dixon along with Bob Jimenez and Doug Nelson. Sit back, pull up a chair, enjoy the evening with us. It should be a dandy CIF playoff action. It's a do-or-die situation.
This is a different situation for me, John. I've been up here as an assistant coach for several years, and it's kind of a different situation to be up here and help and do the broadcast and watching the Saints. It brings back some very nostalgic feelings.
Here we go.
Okay, to do the kicking for the Santa Maria Saints will be Chris Dunning. Deep for San Marino, Glenn Story, Will Cherry, and Bill Leslie. The middle man is Will Cherry on the kickoff return. And the man nearest to us on the sideline is Glenn Story, number 21. Santa Maria Saints in their red home uniforms with the red trousers and helmets and the white numerals. San Marino in white jerseys, blue trousers, and white helmets. Chris Dunning kicking off left to right. Dunning puts toe to the football, a low-line drive, taken on one hop by the up-man Story at the 10-yard line. Up to the 15, cuts to the right side to the 20, straight up the middle, out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line, and San Marino will take over there, 1st and 10. Saints defensively will go with a 6-man front, 4 down men. The people will be Jack Garcia, Robert Casa, Brian Ray, and Tony Lewis reading left to right. The outside linebackers, Jeffries and T-Cat, Zepeda and Dunning, inside backers. On first down, the quarterback is Jim Smith. Will Cherry is the fullback. The give is to Cherry on the first down play. He carries out across the 25-yard line and dropped at about the 27-yard line. In on the stop for the Santa Maria Saints, number 53, Junior Zepeda. It's a pickup of about 4 yards for Cherry. Second down and 6 for San Marino. Just underway, no score. Wide to the left side comes number 85, Tim Lucio. Backs are in an eye this time. Cherry is the fullback. The tailback is Hathaway. Long count by Smith. The give is to the tailback Hathaway off the right side. Now it's Cherry, the ball carrier, and he is dragged down after a big gain out to the 44-yard line by Jeff Jeffries, and that play really opened up on the right side for San Marino, Bob.
Yeah, they came out in a Kansas City eye where they put the wing back at the bottom of the I formation and put him in motion and ran a power off tackle, and pretty basic play, but they had an extra blocker over there.
At the 43-yard line, 1st and 10 for San Marino. Wide to the left, now motion to the right once again. The wing sets to the right side, backs are in an eye. The give is to the fullback this time, Hathaway. Hathaway out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Correction, it was Terry Brooks, the ball carrier for San Marino. They use 5 backs, and they will split them all throughout the evening. They'll move them around from tailback to fullback. They just have 5 running backs, period, that they utilize. Second down and 6 for San Marino, the ball at their own 47-yard line. Smith calling signals for the Titans. A whistle on the play as they give the ball to Cherry, but the whistle and the flag goes down before the snap of the ball, and we're going to have either a delay of the game or a procedure call, I believe, against San Marino.
Santa Maria had a little stun on that time, John. They dropped one of the linebackers down on the center, and put Chris Dunning behind him and ran a little stunt with Dunning coming to one side and the nose guard going to the other side.
And it was San Marino who jumped, and it'll cost them 5 yards on a procedure. Take it back to the 42-yard line where it'll be second down and 11. Clock running and even 10 minutes left to play. First quarter, no score. San Marino with the first possession of the football game. Motion to the left side this time by Morone for the Titans. Back to throw on play action is Smith out to the left side. His pass is complete. Out to Morone, who was the man in motion, out across the 50 and about the 49 of Santa Maria. Short of a first down, it'll be 3rd and 2.
10-yard gain to Morone on that one. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
9-yard gain on the play.
The ball at the Santa Maria 49-yard line. 3rd down situation for San Marino. Morone goes out of the ball game now. Checking in with the play from head coach Bill Maloney is Glenn Story, a 140-pound, 5'7" wide receiver. Wide to the left comes Lucio. Story lines up in the backfield. They're triple stacked back there now behind quarterback Jeff Smith. On 3rd and 2, the give is to the tailback Jerry. He is hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 4th down for San Marino. Bob, did you see who got in there to get that stick for the Saints?
Looked like number 50. Is that Jeffries?
Yeah, Jeff Jeffries.
Yeah, Jeff Jeffries came knifing inside. They had a little stunt on the outside linebacker. And he was in on the play. He and juniors that paid him.
Back to punt is Scott Bivens for San Marino. Bobby Watson and Leonard de Guzman deep for Santa Maria, standing on their own 15. A high snap, of plenty of time. Left-footed kick by Bivens. Fair catch signal for by Watson, and made at the 20-yard line. So the Saints will take over 1st and 10 on their own 20. Very big defensive play by Jeff Jeffries on that 3rd down and 2, Doug.
Was indeed. He had 2 blockers in front of him. They were once again in that big I formation, and they sent the 2 fullbacks through, gave to the tailback, but they still couldn't get the job done, and Santa Maria held.
That was an unusual offensive set by San Marino. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Saints 1st and 10, double tight, wide to the right, Leonard de Guzman backs it an eye. The give is to Ortega, the fullback, on the option, and he gets out for about a yard out to the 21-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Santa Maria.
Pretty much what you'd expect right away from Santa Maria. You know, they're going to try to get that fullback going inside and try to get those people to collapse a little bit in there and then come outside with Eddie.
Watson now into the ball game as a wide receiver, replacing de Guzman with the play. Bobby comes wide to the right side. Again, double tight ends. Santa Maria moving left to right. They give this time to Eddie Johnson. He is hit and dropped for no gain on the play, trying to a little slant off the left side, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Wasn't open that time for Eddie over there, Bob.
No, that's a little counter play that they run back to the weak side, like you said. And boy, Eddie's made some big plays on that thing this year, I'll tell you.
De Guzman into the game for Santa Maria.
3rd down and 9 for the Saints. Ball at their own 21-yard line. Defensively for San Marino, it's a 5-man front. See if they've got the win. See if the Saints throw on this. 3rd and 9. Quick pass out to the right side of de Guzman. He is hit and knocked out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. A pickup of only 4 on the completion. It'll be 4th down and 5, and the Saints will have to go to the punting team. Kind of a strange pass on 3rd and 9 to swing one out so wide for that short yardage like that.
Yeah, it was into the short side of the field too, you know, which was a little even more strange. Interesting note, Leonard de Guzman's probably about a 3.7 student, college prep kid. He is a fine kid. He's a great asset to this football team.
Deep to receive the punt is Glenn Story for San Marino. Jack Garcia in punt formation for the Saints. The line of scrimmage at 25-yard line. Good snap, plenty of time. There's a good punt by Garcia. Back Story back up to the 38-yard line, up to the 40. 44, fumble, ball's loose, and I think Story fell back on it. Saints say they have it, no signal yet.
That's a break.
It is Santa Maria's football. Fumble recovered by number 54, Ken Grupetti, and it's a 1st down for the Saints on the San Marino 44-yard line.
Boy, an excellent play by Grupetti. The ball carrier hung the ball out there just for a split second, and Grupetti saw it and grabbed it and fell down on it. Great play. Good teams make things like that happen, John.
Guzman, who snaps for punts, is wide to the right side to give to Ortega. He pulls his way forward to about the 41-yard line. A pickup of nearly 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Santa Maria. We'll see if the Saints can capitalize on that big break. Fumble early in the ball game. Saints have it 2nd down 7 at the 41-yard line of San Marino. Bobby Watson wide to the right side on this play. Backs it an eye. Johnson with only 1 carry so far in the game. They give to Eddie Johnson. There you go. Breaks it off the right side.
Eddie Johnson just hit the line at the 40-yard line. They come outside. There was no hole up the middle. Went to the outside. Cut back all the way across the field to the left. All the way 42 yards for a touchdown.
Boy, you know, the one thing that Eddie is so dangerous doing is cutting. And Eddie's just got tremendous grip on the grass. Took off.
Isidro Ordonez to try the extra point. Pete Dugarin holding. Good snap. The kick's up. It looks good. No good. Wide to the right. So there's a break in the action with 6:12 left. And San Marino nothing.
There are auto parts stores all over town.
That's 24 power. A lot of people have seen that this year.
Chris Dunning's kickoff is over Will Cherry's head, in and out of the end zone for a touchback, and San Marino will take over 1st and 10 on the 20. Before we go any farther, Doug, let me just say thank you to a fine gentleman and a good friend, Don Roberts at KCAL Radio, who loaned us one of his extra headsets for tonight's broadcast so that we could have Bob Jimenez and have a 3-man effort here tonight. Don, I really appreciate it, buddy.
Hello?
Hello.
Santa Maria's kicking game has been helped already by that win, a 40-yard punt by Garcia and that kickoff out of the end zone.
Wide to the right side goes number 80, Jeff Dillinger. Backs are split. They give into the backfield to the tailback, and he is up across the 25 out to about the 27-yard line. David Hathaway, the ball carrier that time for San Marino.
You know, that time, guys, they put the running back away from the wing and tried to run back toward the wing, and they're going to have a hard time doing that. Santa Maria is so quick on defense, and the play just takes a long time to develop.
Leonard de Guzman made the hit on the tackle that time for Santa Maria. It's going to be a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 for San Marino. Ball at their own 28-yard line. Storing on a wing to the right side this time. The backs are split, wide out to the left side. The give is to Will Cherry off the right side. Breaks a tackle. Spins his way out across the 30. Good for a 1st down at about the 31-yard line. Pickup of 3 for Will Cherry. And a 2nd down for San Marino. San Marino got stopped on that one big 3rd down play, Doug and Bob. Other than that, they've moved the ball well.
They moved it well on the ground. They haven't passed. They've had 1 pass so far for 10 yards.
Why unusual to see free safety making the tackle on that off-tackle play. Bobby Watson they were in a man coverage. He was up pretty close to the line of scrimmage, so he was right there. He's a good football player.
Lucio wide to the left side for San Marino. They send a man out to the right as well. Backs are split. Now motion to the right side by number 20, Bert Morone. Back to throw is Smith on 1st down out to the left side and thrown behind his man Tim Lucio. Lucio was running one pattern and Jeff Smith had apparently called another.
Looked like maybe a timing pattern and the receiver just didn't turn to the outside.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for San Marino. Into the ball game comes Will Cherry once again. He has the play from head coach Bill Maloney. They really use a lot of people on offense, San Marino does. They're in and out of that game.
They're sending plays in with a lot of people.
Wide to the left side comes number 85, Tim Lucio. He's been the wide out for the most part. Jeff Smith, the quarterback. Motion to the right goes Story. On 2nd and 10, Smith dropping straight back to throw. Lewis got the pressure on. Pass intercepted. Intercepted by Lonnie Seacat at the 25-yard line. Down to the 21. 1st down, Santa Maria on the 2nd turnover here in the 1st quarter.
Well, you know, when you reduce the field by 80 yards, you give Santa Maria the ball on the plus 20-yard line, you really got problems now because, you know, it doesn't take Johnson very long to go 20 yards.
It looked like San Marino was trying to set up a screenplay there, and they threw it right into Picat's hand.
Sure did.
The ball spotted at the 21, 1st and 10 Saints. Dugarin, the quarterback, give to Eddie Johnson off the right side, loses his footing, slides inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 2 for Eddie Johnson, 2nd down and 8 for Santa Maria. Clock running, 4:31 left to play. 1st quarter, 6-0 Saints lead, threatening to get more.
Johnson 45 yards on 3 carries.
Here come the Saints back up to the line on 2nd and 8. Wide to the right side to Guzman. Double tight ends, backs in an eye. Saints moving left to right. They give to Eddie Johnson, hit at the line, fights forward, back to the line of scrimmage. Penalty flag goes down after the play. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 8, depending on what the penalty is.
It's a late flag.
Personal foul, no holding is the call. Defensive holding against San Marino, and that'll give the Saints a first down. The ball will go down to about the 14-yard line where the Saints will have it 1st and 10 on the defensive holding. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by Santa Maria Motor Parts on East Inger. Santa Maria Motor Parts is your local Napa dealer. And towards the end of the ball game, the three of us will put our heads together and name a most valuable player, and he will receive a beautiful plaque from KSMA and Santa Maria Motor Parts to commemorate his evening of work.
Half the distance to the goal line. It's 1st and goal for Santa Maria at the 9.
It's not a 5-yard penalty in high school. That's 15 in high school.
Right.
Okay.
This is a tough spot.
At the 9, 1st and goal Saints. Backs in an eye. Dugerin on the option. Gives it to Ortega, the front man. He pulls his way into the end zone. Touchdown. Ted Ortega took the big nose guard. Ken Moniz.
A couple of big lads colliding right there.
Moniz, he took it in the end zone, goes at 200 pounds. Ted Ortega tips the scale at an even 200, and it was just muscle against muscle, bull against bull, and Ortega, fresh from the FFA convention, said, I got more bull than you do, and took him in. 9-yard touchdown run for Ted Ortega. Saints lead at 12-0, and we're going to have a try for 2 points now by the Santa Maria Saints.
Looked like Ted beefed up on those ribeyes while he was in Kansas City last week, John.
Yeah, man, he did. Okay. Motion to the right side comes to Guzman. Dugerin rolling to his right, looking to throw. Pressure's on, throw in the end zone. Bobby Watson. Where's that to Guzman? Pass Leonard to Guzman, a conversion. A break in the act. Well, let's keep it right here for now. We have 3:59.
5'6" or 5'7", and looked like he jumped about 30 inches in the air there, didn't he, Doug?
Yeah, he did.
He went up in the air.
Grabbed that ball in his hands and tucked it away.
So San Marino turns the ball over twice, and twice Santa Maria cashes it in for touchdowns. This was a 21-yard drive on 3 plays, assisted by a big defensive holding penalty that gave the Saints 1st and goal. Dunning to kick off, and he booms another one over the head of Cherry, in and out of the end zone, aided by that 25-mile-an-hour wind that is at his back, and Dunning is taking full advantage of it here in the first quarter. San Marino, again, will take over 1st and 10 on their own 20.
I don't think either team will be faking any field goals or punts or anything like that when they have the wind, but maybe going the other way.
I'll tell you what, that wind is a big factor on the kicks anyway. Santa Maria has been unable to use it as far as passing is concerned. They've had the breaks and got the turnovers and cashed them in.
But the little interception that T-Cat got, that wind could have been a factor in that.
Yeah, very good point. Wing to the right side again for San Marino. 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. They give us to the big fullback this time. Big daylight up across the 25 out to the 30-yard line. Number 22, the ball carrier, David Hathaway for San Marino. And he's got the first down as they mark the ball just outside the 30, a pickup of 10.
Well, Hathaway's a good-sized high school running back, John. He runs very well. He's 6'1", 190-pound junior. The Titans will have him back next year. I'm sure they're looking forward to that.
The right side of that San Marino line, Bob Cole and Tim Dolan really opened up a nice hole there, too.
Beautiful.
San Marino 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. Coming wide to the left side is Tim Lucio. Brett Covey is the tight end to the right side. Now motion to the right by number 80, Jeff Dillinger, lines up as a wing. Backs are split. Back to throw on play action is Smith, deep down the left side. Pass going to be intercepted, no, incomplete. Very close to offensive pass interference as Freddie Phillips was on the coverage for Santa Maria, and the pass was underthrown as they tried to throw into the teeth of that wind, and the receiver, Tim Lucio, came back and actually took Freddie Phillips out of the play with a bump.
I don't understand why they're going to the air. They're having a lot of success running the ball, and they just keep passing when they shouldn't, and that's going to get them in trouble.
And to go deep against such a stiff wind, I mean, Johnny Unitas could probably not uncork one that deep here tonight.
Yeah, that flag is flat out, John. It's tough. That ball just popped right up in the air.
Lucio wide to the right side. This time they slot to the right with Bert Marone. Smith back to throw again on 2nd down and long. Out to the right side, underthrown and incomplete. And under a great deal of pressure by the Santa Maria defense. And the first man through there defensively for Santa Maria was number 64, as Bob mentioned, Robert Casa. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for San Marino, and as Doug mentioned, Bob, for the life of me, I can't figure why they're throwing against such a stiff wind.
Very strange. Robert Costa is a very interesting story. When he was a sophomore, he was a backup kid on the JVs. Last year, he played very, very little, and he hit the weights this winter and spring. And Robert Costa is a potential all-league, possibly all-CIF kid.
Dick Lucia wide to the left once again, and out to the right side. Now goes Jeff Dillinger on 3rd and 10. And on 3rd and 10, now they go on a draw, and it gains very little, maybe a yard or two. They mark it at the 32-yard line, a pickup of 2. The ball carrier on that play was Will Cherry, number 40. It's going to be 4th down and 8, 2:56, and the clock running. We're in the first quarter. Saints leading 14-0.
Well, we got a good battle going on downfield. Tim Lucio and Fred Phillips are getting after it down there.
Guzman and Watson deep, standing at their own 32-yard line. Bivens is the man back to punt for San Marino. His second punt, left-footed, a short punt against the wind. Takes a San Marino bounce at the 45, inside the 40, all the way down to the Saint 37-yard line. That is a punt of 31 yards for Bivens. No return. Saints take over 1st and 10 on their own 37. Tonight's game sponsored in part by Gino's Italian Specialties on West Main. At Gino's, Mama really does all the cooking. And by Seamus Sporting Goods on East Main in Santa Maria. Seamus is your athletic headquarters for the Central Coast. Saints in their fourth possession of the ball game. They've scored twice. The give is to Eddie Johnson off the left side. Dives out across the 40-yard line, near the 41-yard line. A pickup of about 4 for Eddie. 2nd down and 6 for the Saints. They've got that running game working well, Bob. Do you think that now that they do have the wind as an ally right now, you think they might try to uncork one deep to Lewis now that they might have San Marino cheating a little bit up to the line?
This would be a good time to do it. This would be a real good time to do it. They got real good field position, and it's 2nd and 6.
2nd down, 6. Dugarin gives on a counter play to Bobby Watson. Breaks the tackle out across the 50 and is dropped at the 46-yard line. The ball's loose. Are they going to rule it down, or are they going to rule it a fumble?
Santa Maria ball.
Santa Maria gets the ball. They rule Bobby Watson was down at the 46-yard line of San Marino, and a 1st down. That was a pickup of 13 yards by Bobby Watson on a flanker reverse play.
Yeah, very unusual set. Santa Maria doesn't show a tight wing that much.
1st down, Saints. Ball to San Marino, 46-yard line. De Guzman wide to the left side, backs it an eye to give to Eddie Johnson. Johnson is in the backfield, bounces off the tackle, and gets back up to the line of scrimmage. A great effort, although it will show up as 0 on his carry for the play. Johnson could have easily been stopped for 2 yards, but he bounced off the tackle and got back up to the line.
Well, they did give him 1 yard on the play. Maybe half a yard.
Yeah, let's call it 2nd and 10. Short 10, long 9, depending on your outlook. We are down to 1 minute to play first quarter. Saints moving left to right.
I look for a crossing pattern here.
Play action. Dugarin ready to throw out to the right side. He's got Dunning, the tight end, at the 35. Gets down to the 32 and dragged out of bounds. 1st down, Saints.
Cross pass, Dunning and Lewis run through the underneath coverage and get the linebackers and the outside backers pretty well messed up on their keys and their reads, and Dunning was wide open.
Bob called that one. Hank Stram down here.
48 seconds, clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play. 1st and 10, Saints at the 32 of San Marino. Dugarin gives to Ted Ortega, the fullback, gets about a yard up to the 31. Clock down to 43. We got time for about one more play here in the first quarter before time does run out on us. 1st and 10, or 2nd down and 9, Saints. Ball at the 31 of San Marino. 14-0, Saints lead in the ball game. Eddie Johnson with a 41-yard touchdown run, and Ted Ortega with a 9-yard touchdown rumble, I guess would be the best way to describe his TD. Wide to the left goes Leonard de Guzman. Backs in an eye for the Saints. 2nd down and 9. The give to Eddie Johnson. Johnson, the second man, through to the 29-yard line. That's all. A pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Saints. And the clock down to 6 seconds to play in the quarter, and that will end the first quarter as the clock continues to tick its way down. So there's a break in the action. After one quarter, San Marino, nothing.
Are you concerned about some cracked glass? Jack Stewart, the super dealer, is making super deals right now with immediate delivery on most models. Super savings on the entire line of Stewart Olds and Honda automobiles, as well as a large selection of late model used cars. So if you refuse to wait, come see Stewart Olds Honda now. 901 West Main in Santa Maria, where the cars go round and the prices go down.
On a 3rd down and 7, the give is to Eddie Johnson around the right side. He gets close to the 1st down, out to about the 23-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and 1 for the Saints.
We might look for Barney to not run a play here. Try to pull him off sides with a long count.
Wide to the right side goes Leonard de Guzman on 4th and 1. And you got a kid like Ortega, though, I don't know. And they get him the jump. San Marino jumps off sides. Now it is a question of whether or not they were pulled. Offside is a call, San Marino, and it will give the Saints a 1st down. Come on, Jimenez. You were in the huddle during the timeout. Tell me the truth.
No, I'm fresh off coaching against that all week on the,
And you did a heck of a job, I might say.
Okay, it is 1st and 10 for the Saints. The ball goes down to the 18-yard line. Santa Maria now moving right to left across your KSMA dial. I'm Johnny Dixon with Bob Jimenez and Doug Nelson. Hope you're enjoying it. Daryl Castrava, our engineer at the studio. The give is to Eddie Johnson off the left side. He cannot spin out of a nice tackle, and a penalty flag goes down. Johnson gets to the 17-yard line. I think we'll have a face mask.
I think it is a face mask.
Tackle made out there by number 18 defensively for San Marino, and that was Bill Leslie. And we have not a face mask, but an illegal block called against the Santa Maria Saints. That'll be costly, and it'll back him up 15 yards.
That penalty was on Pete Dugaran. He was out in front of Johnson and then came back and made that block.
The ball is going to be set down at the 31-yard line of San Marino. It will be 1st down over for the Saints. They have to get down to the 7-yard line. They've got to get down to the 7 for a 1st down. So it is 1st down and 24 for Santa Maria. Ortega out of the ball game. Casares in at the fullback. Dugaran to throw out to the right side. Underthrown, incomplete. Intended out there for Leonard de Guzman.
blocking below the waist call against the quarterback is fairly strange, too.
Yeah.
You just don't see much of that.
You don't see too many quarterbacks out there blocking.
That's right.
Let alone below the waist, huh?
That's right.
Casares back out of the ball game now, and again Ortega checks back in at fullback. It is 2nd down and 24 for the Saints. Ball at the 31-yard line. De Guzman wide to the right side. Now Lewis comes wide to the left. Backs are in an eye. Johnson the tailback. Pete Dugaran calling signals. Gives to Eddie Johnson on a draw, and he is dropped in the backfield. Wow, San Marino defensively really smelled out that play. It was number 30, Terry Brooks. Also, Angelo Antosi, the inside linebacker for San Marino, making the big stop. Back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 3 for Eddie on the carry. It is going to be 3rd down and 27.
Santa Maria's thrown into the wind here now, John. We switched ends of the field. Kind of interesting what they're going to do here.
I think got pitched to Johnson, maybe wide to the left to Guzman. Option. Dugaran keeps it, cuts it inside to 25, down to the 23-yard line, but way short of a 1st down. It'll be 4th down and about 16 yards for Santa Maria, and a very tough win for Ordonez to try a field goal, and so Santa Maria will go for it on 4th down and long. They send in Ted Ortega, and again, Casares comes out of the ballgame. So Barney's shuffling the plays in with the fullbacks right now.
Yeah, they're in a pro set now. This is more of a passing set for them, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to Tony Lewis deep here.
Lewis wide to the left, de Guzman to the right, backs in an eye on 3rd down and long. A quick pass to the right side to de Guzman. Complete at the 20-yard line, cuts it inside to about the 18. Well short of the 1st down, however, and San Marino will take over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Some first quarter statistics. Eddie Johnson, 6 carries, 51 yards. For Ted Ortega, 4 carries for 14 yards. Bobby Watson, 1 for 13. Pete Dugaran, 2 passing for 17 yards. And you are listening to football action on KSMA Santa Maria. Johnny Dixon, Bob Jimenez, and Doug Nelson.
San Marino has not enjoyed very good field position all night. They don't have it now. 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line. They give us to the tailback, Will Cherry. Cherry out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and about 7 for San Marino.
You know, John, Doug had a good point a little while ago. Even with the wind right now, it seems that San Marino would want to keep the ball on the ground a little bit and be patient here. They are running the ball fairly consistently, and there's no reason to give up on it yet.
The one thing they don't seem to have, Bob, is the breakaway runner.
No, they don't have...
That might concern them being down 14 points.
Yeah.
Wide to the left side goes number 85, Tim Lucio. A wing to the right side this time for Santa Maria, and the backs are split. The give is to Cherry off the right side. Cherry breaks a tackle, gets across the 25, all the way out to the 30-yard line and the first down.
They're having some success running at the defensive left side of Santa Maria's line, and that off-tackle play has been very good to him so far tonight.
Bobby Watson, the safety, had to come up to make the stop on Cherry, but not after he gained the first down at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10 San Marino. They've turned the ball over twice. The Saints have capitalized both times and scored, and that's where we are, 14-0. 8:15 left to play here in the first half. Double tight ends this time, actually a wing to the right side for San Marino. The give is to the fullback. Penalty flag goes down. Gain of maybe a yard on the play. Stop made by Jeff Jeffries. Hathaway, the ball carrier. Holding is the call against San Marino. And I would imagine the Saints would take that 15-yard penalty. That will back the Titans all the way back to their 15-yard line and make it 1st and 25. Tonight's game sponsored in part by the House of Glass on West Cook in Santa Maria, serving Santa Maria's glass needs since 1952. And by Stuart Olds Honda, 901 West Main in Santa Maria, where the cars go round and the prices go down.
Marty told me the other day that you get them in this type of a situation, you can usually look for something kind of bizarre. They run reverses and double passes and things like that.
At the 15-yard line, the Saints have the ball, first down, or rather San Marino has the ball, first down and 25. They shoot a man wide to the left side, that's Lucio. Backs are split behind quarterback Jeff Smith. They give this time to number 42, the fullback, and he gets up to Scott Bivens, the ball carrier, gets up to the 18-yard line. A pickup of 3. It'll be 3rd down and about 22 yards to go for San Marino.
205.
Second down for San Marino. Clock running, 7:19 left to play here in the first half, 14-0. The Saints in the lead. Wide to the left side again goes Lucio. In motion to the right side goes Bert Morone. Second down and long. Smith back to throw. He underthrows his intended receiver, Lucio. And again, there was no pressure there on the quarterback, Smith, but he got rid of the ball like it was a grenade that was down to its last 2 seconds.
He's really lucky that ball wasn't intercepted. If that had been a well-thrown ball, I think the outside linebacker might have stepped right in front of that kid and taken that.
But the point is, the receiver had not turned around on that one, similar to the play that was down here. I mean,
second bad timing throw.
They're running different patterns and watching a different game almost. 3rd down and 22 for San Marino. Slot to the left side. Smith has gone all the way at quarterback, dropping straight back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Out to the left side. Pass is picked off by Bobby Watson. And Santa Maria will take over 1st and 10 at the San Marino 32-yard line. Bobby Watson, the safety, just stepped up in front of the intended receiver, Tim Lucio, and just picked it off as clean as you can imagine. It went immediately to the ground as he had to kind of go out stretch to get the pass.
Bobby has great quickness. He is probably, I'd say, for 30, 40 yards on that ball club, the fastest kid out there, and he can run right with Johnson, I think, for 30 or 40 yards.
De Guzman wide to the right, backs it an eye to give to Eddie Johnson off the left side. Johnson inside to 30, down to the 28-yard line and drop there. Pickup of 3 for EJ, and into 2nd down and 7. 6.5 left to play here in the first half. 14-0 Saints lead, and they are trying to capitalize on the 3rd turnover by San Marino. 2 interceptions and a fumble of a punt. Wide to the left goes Tony Lewis. Out to the right is De Guzman. Dugerin on the option, keeps the ball himself and is dropped for no gain at the 38-yard line. The 28-yard line, no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 for Santa Maria. Inside linebacker for San Marino, number 81. Stuart Schmall in on the stop for the Titans.
I saw a little mismatch there. They're trying to cover the option with the tackle coming outside that time, number 74. He's not going to be a match for number 32 if he has to cover him out there on the pitch.
De Guzman wide to the right, Lewis wide to the left on third down and long. Duger in the pass, left side, complete to Lewis, spins off a tackle at the 25, inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line, and a first down for Santa Maria.
Tony Lewis got that first down all on his own. He was about 5 yards away, spun away from the defender, and ran for another 6. First down, Santa Maria inside the 20-yard line.
They spot the ball at the 19-yard line where the Saints will have it. Clock running with 5.5 to play.
Tony is really a prospect, isn't he?
As a junior, he's very impressive, Bob. You're right. Wide to the left side, Leonard de Guzman. A good size, too, for Tony. 6'2" and almost 200. Backs are in an eye, double tight ends for Santa Maria. They give to Eddie Johnson. He cuts it to the outside. He's got some room out there. Cuts it back inside the 10. Down to about the 5. See where they spot it. Eddie Johnson, he's got more moves than Gypsy Rose Lee had. I'll tell you, that kid can really swing it outside.
You know, the thing that college recruiters are so impressed with Eddie about is that he's awfully strong for a kid that size. He bench presses about 285 on the free bar, and he has tremendous quickness in his feet. Tremendous quickness.
First and goal, Santa Maria at the 5-yard line. A pickup of 14 for Eddie Johnson on that play. Saints threatening again, trying to cash in yet another mistake by San Marino. Eddie Johnson inside the 5, down to about the 1 or 2-yard line. See where they mark it. That time just a quick hit by Eddie off the right side, and good blocking by the Saints right side. Junior Zepeda, Ken Grappetti, and also over there blocking for the Saints was tight end Chris Dunning. They mark the ball at the 2-yard line. It is second down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Dunning is a solid football player, John.
Saints again in the eye, wide to the right side to Guzman. They give to... On the option, the ball is pitched out to Eddie Johnson off the right side, and he has trouble with the football and is dropped well behind the 10-yard line at about the 11 or 12. Johnson had quite a bit of problem with a pitch from Duger and Doug.
Well, the pitch was high and behind him, and it got away from Johnson. He had to go back to pick it up, and then when he did pick it up, he still got 4 yards, but he lost a whole bunch on that play.
The loss is all the way back to the 13-yard line, where it will be third and goal for Santa Maria. So 1 minute they're on the 2. Now they're back at the 13. That was the first fumble in the ball game for Santa Maria as Johnson recovers it. Dugerin back to throw, play action, plenty of time, thrown into the end zone, intercepted. Chris Dunning was wide open. The ball was just a little over his head, and I think, honestly, that Chris thought Tony Lewis was going to get it, but there was nobody back there but the defender in front of Lewis.
Looked like two receivers. Looks like somebody got their pattern messed up there. I had two guys about 3 yards from each other back there, and that shouldn't happen. Yeah, the wind, I think the wind floated that ball up a little, too.
Yeah, and I think Dunning thought it was intended for Lewis, and so Dunning didn't bother to go after it, and I think had Chris gone up, he might have had a shot at it.
Yeah, it looked like he took a look at him and then let it go.
In any case, it is first down and 10 for San Marino at their own 20-yard line. The give this time is to the fullback, and he gets out across the 23 to the 24-yard line. On the carry for San Marino,
It was Hathaway.
Donnie Hathaway. David Hathaway. Donnie Hathaway, singer. Second down and 6 for San Marino. The ball at their own 24-yard line. 3:44 left to play first half. Saints lead at 14-0. But they missed a very big opportunity. New quarterback into the ball game now for San Marino. We told you they might shift around. Rod McLeod is the quarterback. Back to throw on play action, being chased by Garcia. Rolls to his right, gets a pass away. It is going to be almost intercepted and then almost grabbed by the wide receiver, Bert Marone. Bobby Watson with a chance to pick it off, as was Leonard de Guzman in position to pick it off, but it touched both of their hands and was almost picked off by the intended receiver, Marone.
It was a nice pass. He just didn't quite get enough on it.
Cloud has a good arm.
Yeah, he threw that ball about 50 yards in the air.
It'll be third down and 7 for San Marino. Ball at their own 24-yard line. Make it third down and 6 from the 24-yard line.
They better get something going with that throwing game while they have that little hurricane behind them.
Lucio goes wide to the left side. Double tight ends this time for San Marino. Now they send a wing to the right side. Backs are split behind quarterback Rod McLeod. McLeod back to throw on 3rd and long out to the left side, complete to Cherry, but he is dropped after a short gain out across the 25. Robert Casares, the man up to make the stop for Santa Maria. Casares in at outside linebacker in place of Jeff Jeffries, and it's well short of the first down at the 26, and San Marino will have to punt it away again.
Big rush put on by Santa Maria there. Junior Zepeda in on McLeod all the way.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts left. We're down to 2:52 left to play. Bivens back to punt. Saints should get fairly good field position. De Guzman and Watson standing back at their own 42-yard line to field the punt. Low snap. Bivens has trouble. Picks it up, and he gets the kick away, and a good one. Way over Watson's head, and it takes a San Marino roll all the way back inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. That is a 61-yard punt for Scott Bivens, and no return. Take back what I said about the good field position.
You know, I was going to say a second ago that the 2 deep receivers for Santa Maria looked like they were playing well up on that last punt, and with that wind going with the punter, it looked to me like they should have been back about 10 yards deeper. They might have caught that on the fly.
So the Saints have the ball, first down at 10, back at their own 13-yard line. Clock running with 2:20 to play and a half, and now the Saints might just as well run the clock out. At least I would think the thinking would be at this point. But no. Duggan back to throw, play action. He's got Dunning wide open. Out across the 25, out to the 28-yard line, and out of bounds for a first down. Well, so much for my strategy at all this evening.
That's a little unlike. It's a little unlike Barney, too. In that type of field position, that was a very unusual call for Barney. A good call, by the way.
Against the wind, yeah. Against the wind, and Dunning was wide open on the right side.
Good
at
call.
the 28-yard line, 1st and 10, Saints. Clock continues to run. No stopped on the out of bounds at 2:06 to play here in the first half. Duggan calling signals. Pass out to the right side. And complete to De Guzman, but he gets maybe a yard before he is dropped there. Could not get away from number 86 for San Marino, the linebacker Tim Wagner at 6'1" and 200 out there to cover De Guzman like a rug.
They need another first down here, John, and I think they'd be able to run the clock out. I don't know if San Marino wants the ball back one more time with this wind in the second quarter. I think they ought to use the timeout here.
Yeah, they're not going to do it. The clock continues to run with 1:35 to play in the half. Saints have it second down and 9 at their own 29-yard line. Barney Eames screaming for a timeout. Duggan doesn't see him. Now he does. We have a break in the action with 1:27 left to play in the first half. The score, Santa Maria 14, San Marino nothing.
SEMA Sporting Goods at 311 East Main Street in Santa Maria.
First half, Saints using one timeout, come up to the line, 2nd and 9. Lewis wide to the right side, De Guzman to the left. They give this to Ortega on the fullback run, out to the 40, 45, 50, down to the 49 of San Marino with a first down, and the clock will stop while they move the chains. 1:18, Saints going without a huddle. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Ball not yet marked ready for play. Here come the Saints up to the line. Wide to the right goes Lewis. Now they start the clock. We're down to 1:17. Wide to the left comes De Guzman. Pass out to De Guzman. Almost picked off. Oh, that was dangerous.
That was 6 points if that ball gets picked off. Number 8,
Bill Leslie almost came up with that interception, as you said, Doug. Nothing but green grass in front of him.
Yes, sir. After that 22-yard run by Ortega, quick out to the Santa Maria sideline, almost picked off for a touchdown. 2nd and 10 for the Saints.
The idea there was to get the ball quick to him and get him out of bounds, stop that clock.
Ball just across midfield. De Guzman wide to the right. Lewis comes wide to the left on 2nd down and 10. They give to Casares, the fullback. Up the middle. He's to the 20, 35, 25. Down to the 24. And the first down for Santa Maria. And that fullback blast is working like a charm.
Boy, that's a great play. Robert Casares is another very interesting story. Santa Maria High School. Robert also is a college prep student, and I'm sure Robert's very close to being a 4.0 student.
The Saints are going to use their second timeout here. We'll keep it right here for the moment. Bob, the Saints, I speculated they might just sit on the ball when they got that terrible field position back at their own 13, but a couple of big runs by the fullbacks. Ted Ortega, and Robert Casares has the Saints down to the 24-yard line with a first down, and still a timeout left and 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock.
Santa Maria's found a soft spot in there, guys. They're running that little trap to the fullback, and they have great guards. You know, Jimmy Adams and Junior Zepeda are two of the finest guards in the Northern League, and they can blow some holes open for those fullbacks. Robert gets off on that snap a little quicker than Ted does, actually.
26-yard gain for Casares on that play.
The winner of this ball game will play a week from tonight against the winner of tonight's game between Quartz Hill and Culver City. We'll have that ball game on the air for you a week from tonight beginning at 7:15, if it's Santa Maria, of course. First down, Duguid pass to the left side, complete to Lewis. Lewis inside the 15, spins his way down to the 14-yard line. It's going to be very close to a first down. They stop the clock while they mark the ball. It is not a first down. Yeah, it is a first down. They're going to move the chains.
Getting the chains spotted.
Saints are up to the line, ready to play it out. They've got one timeout left. Clock stopped at 58 seconds, 1st and 10 at the San Marino 14-yard line. Lewis wide to the left, to Guzman to the right. Pass to Lewis, overthrown, incomplete, out of bounds. Clock stopped at 52. And I think the Saints probably just as happy with the incompletion.
There's some good coaching going on right now. Santa Marina's taking the ball from their own 13, and kids are executing, obviously, but the play selection is excellent.
Second down at 10 from the 14. De Guzman comes wide to the left, double tight ends, Baxton and I. Watch for Johnson. Duguid back to throw, play action, looking out to the right side. He's got Dunning, the tight end, and overthrows him off the hands of an outstretched Chris Dunning. Incomplete, and Duguid is down in the backfield, but he's back up on his feet and apparently okay. Dunning was wide open inside the 10-yard line, and probably if the pass had been properly thrown, in other words, leading Dunning, well, he might have been able to take that all the way in.
He was open, wasn't he?
It is third down and 10 from the 14, 47 seconds left to play in the half. Again, Baxton and I, wide to the right goes to Guzman. Duguid back to throw on third down. He's got a man open. It is complete down to the 5-yard line. And that was Chris Dunning, the tight end at the 5. The clock stops again while they move the chains. No, they won't move the chains. It's short by a yard. It is going to be 4th down and 1, and Santa Maria uses their final timeout here in the first half, and again, we will keep it here for the moment. That pass to Dunning is wide open either side he wants to go. They had a big play, Bob, up here earlier, back up the field earlier on this drive to Dunning, and he was wide open.
I'll tell you something right now. They're going to have to figure out right away that you're going to have to slow him down at the line of scrimmage if you're going to keep him out of that pass route, because he'll hurt you. He'll do some damage.
Barney Eames on the field talking with his Santa Maria Saints offense. They have 33 seconds left in the half. No timeouts left. They have it 4th down and 1 at the San Marino 5-yard line. Do you think Barney was ever entertaining any thoughts of a field goal attempt here? He's obviously not going to go for that here now, but do you think he was ever entertaining that thought?
I really don't think so. I really don't think that he has that kind of confidence in his kicking game, evidenced by his PAT selection.
Lewis wide to the right side, to Guzman to the left on 4th and 1. Dugan going to throw into the end zone for Tony Lewis. Touchdown!
Well, that guy's 6'3", and he just lobbed the ball out there in the corner, and there aren't very many high school backs that have a chance.
There are not many going to outrun Tony Lewis either, Bob. I often talk about the South Bakersfield game when Eddie Johnson ran for 73 yards, and the only thing the South Bakersfield coach could say after was, yeah, but did you see the tight end? He escorted him down there. Speaking of Tony Lewis. Ordonez to try the kick. It's a fake. No, it's a bad snap. The ball is loose, and it is no good. So they did not fake it. It was just a bad snap, and the ball was loose on the field, and the extra point try is no good. Darrell at the studio will again keep it here for the moment as we have 29 seconds left to play in the first half. The Saints have opened up a 20-0 lead.
Dugan did the smart thing. They're all good quarterbacks. When that happens, they'll just get out of the way.
An 87-yard drive that time for the Santa Maria Saints. Doug Nelson on 10 plays, and they look good.
They did indeed. They went to They didn't try to throw the ball long against that wind, and they drove that ball 87 yards against the wind with just over 2 minutes to go, and they still got a half a minute left.
29 seconds to be exact. Dunning will kick off against the wind this time. He has been booming him out of the end zone, but that is with that stiff wind at his back. This time he'll kick it into the wind. San Marino with 3 timeouts left, but I got a feel that they might be a bit shell-shocked at this point.
I don't know what to think about their offense right now. They've got some problems trying to move the ball. They really didn't take advantage of the passing game with that wind, John.
Taken by an up man at the 22-yard line. He's out to the 25, across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
On the other hand, I guess they didn't have the ball that much, did they, Doug?
Not a whole lot. They haven't crossed the 50 yet.
They've had the ball in some nasty field position as far as that's concerned. They've never taken the ball any farther out than the 22 and to begin possession, and that was on the opening drive. They had it at the 22-yard line.
They've got 50 yards rushing, but still haven't crossed midfield.
Clock running. We're down to 10 seconds left to play now, and San Marino apparently quite content to let the clock run out. They take the snap and they give it to Hathaway. Hathaway gets out to the 35-yard line, and that's how the first half will end. So there is a break in the action. Hold it, let's keep it here. We've got a penalty. Let's don't go anywhere. There's a penalty. The official is signaling to put 1 second back on the clock. 1 second as San Marino uses a timeout with 1 second. So the gun was a second premature as the officials had signaled for a San Marino timeout, and that was not spotted by the clock operator, nor was it spotted by yours. They'll have time for one more play, and I guess Bill Maloney, the head coach of San Marino, his thinking here is, hey, I've got a 25-mile-an-hour gale at my back. Why go in at halftime and 20-0 when I can throw one up and give it a shot? What do you think, Bob?
I think you're right. I think they might even be thinking, hey, we'll get a pass interference call and get one more play, too.
They come out in a T formation this time. Wide out to the left side.
Shotgun.
Now it's a shotgun is what the man I thought was a quarterback goes in motion to the right side. Back to throw is McLeod. He can't get it off. Rolls to his left. Now he throws complete. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 4. It's incomplete, and that's how the first half ends. That was a strange, it wasn't a strange shot. It was obviously a shotgun, but for a minute, Bob, it looked like the kid was right behind the center, and they were in a T.
It did.
And all of a sudden, he went into motion to the right side.
Yeah, they had the wing back up there from where we're sitting here. It looked like a quarterback behind the center.
Okay, so there is a break in the action now at halftime. The score is Santa Maria 20 and San Marino nothing.
If you've lived in the San
there about 2 feet off the ground and had been that way all day, and they were kind of concerned about what kind of weather they would have for that ball game. Quartz Hill was also quite concerned about the physical status of their team. They had 4 or 5 starters out of the ball game tonight. Luckily for them, though, one of them was not their stud running back, Emmanuel, what's his first name?
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
He's a good football player. What is he, 6'3", about 210?
And a junior.
Yeah, a junior. Runs a 4.5 40.
And he outgained Eddie Johnson this year, yardage-wise, if you can believe that.
Was he over 2,000 in the regular season?
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was over 2,000 yards, something like 2,050 yards.
Well, he had the flu the week we went over there to play them last year, and it's a good thing. We scored on them with about 8 seconds left. I think Leonard de Guzman jumped up in the air and came back down on his feet like a cat and caught a ball and went in the end zone with it, or we'd have lost that football game. And Emmanuel was out that night. He didn't play.
So both teams are back onto the field for the start of the second half here. We have 24 minutes of high school football left. The Saints leading in the ball game by a score of 20-0.
Santa Maria will get the ball to start this second half as they lost the toss to begin the game, and it's important for Santa Maria to sustain some kind of a drive here against San Marino, not to give San Marino any hope at this point in the ball game. And Santa Maria, they want to get a few first downs.
With the wind blowing as hard as it is, Doug, Santa Maria might elect to take the win too. They don't necessarily. Okay, they'll take the ball.
And I think the Saints have some quarterbacks down here on the track. All the excitement you hear, the cheerleaders and song girls are throwing these little red and white plastic footballs up into the crowd. The people are going bananas here, knocking guys down in the stands trying to catch those balls.
Throw me one up here.
Well, we thought we'd have a 15-minute halftime. Then we thought it would be 20. So far, we've been at halftime about 23 minutes, and we still haven't got the second half underway.
Just be happy you're not at Quartz Hill tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not exactly your summer evening in the Bahamas up here either.
It sure isn't.
Okay, so San Marino will be kicking off. To do the kicking will be Mike Ucropina. And deep for the Santa Maria Saints, Eddie Johnson, Freddie Phillips, and either Watson or de Guzman. It looks like Bobby Watson there.
It is.
And Bobby Watson, the near man. Bob, if you'd move your elbow for me just a second, let me slide the business stuff over there. We'll be ready to go again. Okay. Now the wind blows the ball off the tee, and Ucropina has to go back up and tee it up again. Johnson standing back deep at his own 8-yard line. Ucropina kicking with the wind. 20-0. Santa Maria leads in the ball game, and here we go in the second half. A good high kick taken by Johnson at the 5. Up to the 10, the 15, to the 40. He puts some speed on across the 25, out to the 30 and a 31-yard line, and that's where Santa Maria will take over. They mark it at the 32.
Hey, Ucropina, the kicker, he might be the biggest guy in the stadium tonight. He's 6'3" and 200 pounds and a junior.
They've got a lot of underclassmen on that roster, Bob, and a lot of them playing. They're going to be pretty tough next year.
They're young. I think I counted 21 juniors on this club.
The Rio Hondo League better watch out for these kids next year. They come in with a record of 5-4, but they were only 1-4 in league. Dugarin gives the ball. Eddie Johnson, big blast up the middle, out across the 40 to the 43-yard line, a pickup of 11 and a first down. Eddie Johnson hit that hole with as much acceleration as I've seen him display up the middle this year.
I think Pete might have the opportunity this half to change some plays a little bit here at the line. I think he might have changed that one.
The officials are going to stop the clock for a moment as we wait for the chains to get set up.
Tangled up over there on the far side, I think.
They got a big knot in there, makes it first down at about 9 yards and 2 feet to go for a first down.
Santa Maria doesn't mind that, but San Marino is over there watching.
Wrap that chain up around the...
Bill Maloney over there counting links. First and 10 from the 43-yard line. Santa Maria has it in their own territory. First possession of the second half. Saints lead at 20-0. Saints moving right to left against a very stiff wind. Estimated about 25 miles an hour. Wide to the right side goes to Guzman. And it gives to Eddie Johnson straight up the middle out across the 45 into San Marino territory at the 49-yard line before he's finally tripped up there by the outside linebacker, number 81, Stuart Schmall.
He was one-on-one with that safety man, and if Eddie hadn't have been off balance, he might have gone around him. I could see that safety man's eyes from here.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Second down, 8 Saints. The ball at the San Marino 49-yard line. Wide to the right side goes one of the Saints receivers. That's Bobby Watson. The give to Eddie Johnson off the right side. Hit at the line. Spins his way forward down to the 47-yard line and a first down for Santa Maria.
John, do you have any statistics on Johnson's? Did he fumble the ball this year other than the one time against us?
Well, yeah, he fumbled once, I believe, against Lompoc, and he fumbled one other time in a ball game I saw. I don't know exactly how many times he fumbled, but it wasn't a lot. I know that.
He sure hugs that thing well with both hands when he goes up inside.
First down, Saint. They mark the ball at the 46-yard line. Santa Maria has it. The give is to Eddie Johnson. Hit at the line again. Fights his way forward down to the 40-yard line. And a pickup of 6 yards.
You must have talked to Barney at the half when you were gone, Johnny, huh?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
He said he was going to carry the ball every time.
I think Eddie probably did. Eddie probably said, listen, Coach, I hear from upstairs I've only had 11 carries. Can we work on this?
We got 27 yards here in the second half already on 4 carries.
I think you're right.
Second down and 4. The give to Eddie Johnson off the left side. This time he only gets about 1 to the 39-yard line, where it will be third down and about 3 for the Saints.
You know, John McKay said one time, the sports writer asked him, how come O.J. Simpson carried the ball so many times against Washington State? And he says he doesn't belong to a union and it isn't very heavy.
At the 39-yard line of San Marino, third down and 3 for the Saints. Dugurin back to throw on play action. He's got Dunning wide open at the 30-yard line. Down the right side to the 25 and a first down for Santa Maria.
14-yard gain on that pass play.
Dunning's a good player. They've got to do something about slowing him up coming off the line of scrimmage. He's just getting off scot-free, running that crossing pattern. Nobody, the linebackers aren't hitting him running through there.
The corner is just not coming up and respecting him at all.
It's going to be a nightmare for him before this is over, I think.
First down, Saints at the San Marino 25-yard line. Double tight ends give to Eddie Johnson off the right side. Slants it back up the middle. Down close to the 20 at about the 21. A pickup of 4 for Eddie Johnson and second and 6 for the Saints. Trying to add to their 20-0 lead.
And they're off schedule here, so they might go for 2.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Come on, Doug.
Well, 21, second down, and a long 6, a short 7. Baxton and I wide to the right to Guzman. Give to Eddie Johnson off the left side. Quickly hits the hole. Inside the 20. It pulls his way down to the 15-yard line. Now that's power running for a tailback that checks in at about 170, 175 pounds.
John, he ran through number 10, number 81, and number 72 and left them all 3 laying in a pile right there at just about the line of scrimmage and still made 4 more yards.
And number 10, Mike Bupropina, happens to be 6'3" and 200. At the 10-yard line, it is third down and about a half a yard to go for Santa Maria, rather at the 15-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Third down and about a half a yard to go. Dugurin, quarterback keeper, straight up the middle, first down. Near the 10-yard line, it'll be a first down for the Saints on a quarterback keep by Pete Dugurin.
There's a lot of room between that nose guard and the defensive tackle. They're shifting into a 5-3, and they're stacking the linebacker behind that nose guard, and there's nobody on the line of scrimmage until you get clear out to the offensive tackle, and there's a lot of room to run that blast play that you indicated up inside.
Ball just outside the 10. The Saints could conceivably get a first down without scoring. It is first and 10, the ball at the 10-yard line.
There it is
Eddie
again.
Johnson off the right side, gets down to about the 8-yard line, and that is all. A pickup of 2 for Johnson, second and 8 Saints. What's the key to making that play work over there, though, Bob? We talk about Johnson, and he is a very gifted runner, there's no doubt. But Eddie is the first one to tell you that he gets some good blocking. What is it that those kids, that makes those kids block so well?
Well, they spend a lot of time doing technique work and practice. They're in a situation here where the blocks are easy to see because there's, not everybody's covered up. You get some good angles.
Second and 8, Saints, ball at the 8-yard line. Dugurin, play action, looking out to the left side, underthrown, intercepted in the end zone. The second interception by San Marino of a Pete Dugurin pass in the end zone, and this one is picked off by number 18, the cornerback, Bill Leslie, and San Marino will take over 1st and 10. Just as it looked as if the Saints were going to close the door for the evening, he gets picked off in the end zone.
It was that same play once again to the left corner of the end zone where they had two receivers down there, but that ball got caught up in the wind, it looked like again, and the defender was right there to pick it.
San Marino has it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Wide out to the left goes Lucio. In motion to the right side comes number 80, Jeff Dillinger. The quarterback is Rod McLeod.
There's the
McLeod off to the right side to Hathaway. Hathaway out across the 30 to the 31-yard line and a first down for San Marino. Dan Hathaway in at tailback on that play, and he picks up 12 yards as they mark it to the 32.
We're up here to second guess a little bit, I suppose. Doug, what do you think? They've had a little success with that play, but it sure looks to me like they're going to have to put it up.
They're down 20 points with only about 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. If they'd have been doing this the whole game, they had 70 yards in the first half rushing, but failed to get it across midfield because of their poor play selection on the passes.
Lucio wide to the right side, Cherry in the backfield along with number 42, Scott Bivens. They are split behind quarterback Rod McLeod. He did not start. He's the second quarterback in the game. Play action. McLeod out to the left side pass. Almost intercepted. It drops incomplete. Almost picked off by Junior Zepeda, the inside linebacker for Santa Maria. Junior really read that well.
They sent the back out and tried to flood the zone that time, and Zepeda had that back man-to-man. He just ran with him. I think Junior's probably quicker than the back is anyway.
I was going to say, Junior's really got some good speed for his size. Junior Zepeda is 6 foot and 200, and he really gets around well there. He's a big, beefy kid, but got some good quick legs.
He really does.
2nd and 10, San Marino, the ball at their own 32-yard line. In motion to the right side comes number 20, Bert Moron. Back to throw, McLeod, pressure on. Pass complete over the middle across midfield to the 48-yard line. The pass was complete to the tight end, Brett Covey, at 6'3" and 175. And San Marino has a first down, and they're on the roll.
Big blitz put on there by Santa Maria that time, and the fullback picked up Zepeda. He was in on the quarterback, but they were able to pick it up, and he got the pass away, and that left the man open over the middle.
And the safety, Bobby Watson. Excuse me, Bob.
A very good job of pass protection that time by San Marino.
Okay, first down, San Marino, ball at the 48 of Santa Maria. Marone in motion to the left side. Quarterback Rod McLeod audibleizing apparently at the line. Now he gives the ball to Hathaway. Hathaway off the left side inside the 45 of Santa Maria, down to about the 42 or 3-yard line. And again, it was Junior Zepeda coming up to make the stop.
We did a lot of talking about Junior Zepeda the week we played them because the films we had of Santa Maria, Junior Zepeda was all over the football field. I mean, he was tackling guys out of bounds on plays that were going the opposite direction from him.
2nd down 4 for San Marino, ball at the Santa Maria 42-yard line. Slot to the right side this time is Marone. Lucio wide to the right. Back to throw, play action. McLeod over the right side. He's got a man there. Pass batted down nicely. Leonard de Guzman, a safety, bats down the pass intended for Marone, the slot back that time, and that pass was all the way down to the 15-yard line, but de Guzman with a very good play there, Doug.
That's a good play on 2nd down and short yardage as well. To go to the air, you've got the wind, you've got to work with it. Only 5.5 minutes to go with the wind, and they're putting on a good drive here.
23 left to play. Third quarter, 20-0 Saints. 3rd and 4. San Marino on the Santa Maria 42-yard line. Wing to the right side. Now this time they give the ball to Will Cherry off the right side. He's got the first down and a little bit more inside the Santa Maria 35 down to the 33-yard line. And again, it was de Guzman, the cornerback, coming up to make the stop.
Pickup of 7 yards for Cherry, and San Marino deep into Santa Maria territory. This is the first time all night they've been in Santa Maria territory.
I see Coach Pianetta down there just wondering about his defensive ends and tackles right now. He just took his hat off 2 or 3 times. He's trying to figure out how to stop this off-tackle play.
They spot the ball at the 34, 1st and 10, San Marino, trying to get on the board for the first time in the ball game. McLeod, the quarterback, gives the ball off to number 42, Scott Bivens. Bivens out to the 30-yard line, and that's about all. A pickup of about 3 or 4. Give him 4 on the play and make it 2nd down and 6 for San Marino. Clock running, 4:42 left to play here in quarter number 3. 20-0 Santa Maria leads. San Marino on a drive that started back at their own 20-yard line after the interception in the end zone by the cornerback, Bill Leslie, stopping a Santa Maria drive. On second down and 6. They go wing to the right side. Wide to the left is Lucio. Audibilizing at the line now is McLeod. He gives the ball to Danny Hathaway. Hathaway down to the 25-yard line before being dragged down there by number 50, Jeff Jeffries. It is short of a first down at the 25. It's going to be third down and about 2 for the Titans.
22 yards for Hathaway on 3 carries here in the second half.
You're listening to Santa Maria Saints CIF football action on KSMA Santa Maria. I'm Johnny Dixon along with Bob Jimenez and Doug Nelson. Daryl Castrava engineering back at the KSMA studio. Clock running, 3:38 left to play, third quarter. Big third down and about 2 for San Marino. Wing to the right. Santa Maria jumps, but apparently not offside. They give this time to the fullback. He's close to the first down. Depending on where they mark the ball, it's going to be very close to the first down. Bivens was the ball carrier. They're not going to give him much progress at all. They spotted just inside the 25. It's going to be fourth down and about 1 for San Marino. Saints might have got a bit of a break on the mark of the football that time.
Yeah, it looked like they possibly caught a knee coming down right there or something, but it looked like he was a little farther ahead than that.
Fourth down, just under a yard to go for San Marino, I should say. Wide to the right side comes number 20, Bert Marone. Out to the left side is Lucio. They give to the fullback. He's got the first down this time. It's down to the 23-yard line. And again, I believe it's Bivens. No, it's Hathaway, the ball carrier. He's got, I believe, the first down, but we're going to get
They gave it to him. They gave him the first down.
First down for San Marino's. They keep their drive alive. 2:40 left to play here in quarter number 3. The Saints have had it all their way up until this drive now by San Marino.
Jeff Jeffries is playing a good football game for him.
Absolutely. We've mentioned his name a few times, haven't we?
He's a fine athlete. Good speed, good strength.
Titans up to the line. They send wide to the left side, Tim Lucio. Now shifting into a slot to the left is Morone. On 1st and 10 from the Saints' 23-yard line. The give is to Hathaway. Hathaway gets a yard or 2 to the 21. It'll be second down and 8 for the Titans. Tackle made there by number 64, Robert Casa, along with Jack Garcia for the Saints. We're inside of 2 minutes now in the third quarter.
Those yards get a little tougher to come by when you get down in this end of the field.
Don't underestimate that Santa Maria defense either. They were the second best in the league, right behind the defense that belonged to the gentleman sitting to our left here from Rigetti High School. Wide to the left on second down and long is Tim Lucio. Now coming to the right side on the wing is Morone. Second down and 9 from the Saint 22-yard line. Play action, back to throw, and out of the grasp throwing the ball is number 14, the quarterback McLeod, incomplete, intended out to the right side for Tim Lucio, and it was Robert Casa who had the big grasp on the quarterback McLeod as he was back to throw, and Rod McLeod, the junior quarterback, did a good job just to get the ball away.
He showed a lot of composure back there. Robert was grabbing him with hands and trying to wrap him up with his legs, and he took one little shuffle step and fired that ball and got rid of it.
That would have been one of those in-the-grasp deals in the NFL.
You bet. Lucio split wide to the right side. To the left this time goes Morone out of the shotgun. New quarterback back in the game. Jeff Smith takes the snap. He keeps it around the left side. He stops short of the first down at about the 18-yard line. Well short of the first down. They need to get to the 12. It is going to be fourth down and about 6 for San Marino.
Looked like he had some blockers out in front of him there, and he cut back in behind the last one. It looked like if he'd have just taken off for the chalk over there, he could have had something going.
It looked like he didn't have the confidence in himself to have the speed to go outside.
Smith comes out, McLeod back in at quarterback now.
Wide to the right comes Lucio. Out of the shotgun again, McLeod, the quarterback, in motion to the right side. Morone, and now he slots to the right and sets. Fourth down and 6 out of the shotgun. McLeod to throw. Garcia with the pressure on the pass. Complete down to the 5-yard line. A great pass thrown perfectly by McLeod to Tim Lucio, the wide receiver. It's first and goal, San Marino. They say the knee down at the 6. First and goal at the 6-yard line. He couldn't have thrown it any better than that, Bobby.
Super throw, super catch, just very, very, very good looking play.
Clock Clock running, 30 seconds to play, third quarter. San Marino threatening for the first time in the ball game.
Jack Garcia had the heat on, Johnny.
They trail 20-0. Lucio wide to the right side. Now motion to the right by Marone, and he stops again and sets in a slot to the right side. Long count by McLeod. The give is to Bivens. Bivens is dropped behind the line of scrimmage, back at about the 7-yard line. In on the stop for Santa Maria, I believe Jack Garcia on the right side. I'm not positive.
That'll wake you up.
That's a break in the action. After 3 quarters of play, the score, Santa Maria 20, San Marino nothing.
There are auto parts stores all Saints playoff game, and hope the Saints go all the way. The House of Glass, 700 West Cook in Santa Maria.
Second down goal, San Marino, ball at the 7-yard line. Back to throw, play action, McLeod into the end zone, man open, incomplete. He had a man open out there. Again, that was Lucio. He had his man beat in the corner, Freddie Phillips, but the pass was overthrown and incomplete, and it will be third down and goal from the 7 for the Titans with 11:56 to play, fourth quarter.
Good play action there by San Marino. Looked like a running play, and he was back to pass. The man was open in the end zone, just overthrew him a bit.
Now, Lucio put a good move on Fred Phillips down there. He ran a little post pattern, threw a little shoulder on him on the inside and broke it to the corner. He was there.
Third down and goal, slot to the right side. Marone, Lucio wide to the right. McLeod, the quarterback. Back to throw, pressure's on. Jeffries sacks him for a loss. Back at the 15-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 16. Jeff Jeffries with a big play as he was blitzing from his linebacker spot and dropped McLeod all the way back at the 16, where it will be fourth and goal.
Looks like Santa Maria's having a little better success, getting after them from the outside. They get their splits tightened down in there on their inside blitz, and they just don't get much mileage out of that blitz. But when they come from the outside, boy, they get some steam.
Scott Bivens, the 205-pound fullback, checks back into the game with the play. They send Lucio wide out here to the left side. Double tight ends, backs are split, and now slot to the left side, shifts Marone. McLeod on fourth and goal. Back to throw, rolling to his left, plenty of time, looking downfield into the end zone, short of the end zone at the 2-yard line, complete, and the Saints will take over on downs at their own 2-yard line as the pass was complete out there. Doug, who is that? 84, that's the tight end again, Brett Covey, but he could not get in as he was standing on the end line, and the pass was underthrown just a bit against the wind by McLeod, and Covey had to come back out of the end zone out to the 2, where he made the catch and was dropped immediately, and Santa Maria takes over first and 10 on their own 2-yard line.
You know what really hurts there, guys, is they had that ball for 6 minutes and something, and they didn't get anything out of it.
10:45 left to play in the game, and apparently San Marino has jumped off. We'll wait the signal from the officials. Dead ball foul is the call. Offsides, San Marino. So for the second time, they give the Saints a break on that penalty.
The number 64 that jumped off, and we don't have him on the roster, but that's the man.
That's probably why we don't have him on the roster.
Just does it every game.
Just came out of the game as well.
And he's been probably in for the last time this evening. We won't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah,
wide to the right comes Bobby Watson on first down and 5 for the Saints at their own 7-yard line. Johnson, the tailback, to give is to Eddie Johnson off the right side. He is hit by Scott Bivens and dropped for no gain on the play. At the 7-yard line, it will be second down and 5. Eddie Johnson in the second half has now carried the ball 3, 4, 5, 8, 9 times for a total of 19, 21, 27, 28, 32.
113 on the night.
39 yards here in the second half. It's been the passing of Pete Dugarin to Chris Dunning, really, that have set things up. Dugarin has a good night passing the football. Second and 5, give to Eddie Johnson. Nothing there. Gets out maybe to the 8-yard line. A pickup of 1. It'll be third down and 4. And again, San Marino has found themselves keying heavily on Eddie Johnson. They're everywhere he is, and they might be very wide open to get another big pass, maybe to Tony Lewis this time.
Looks to me like that San Marino's jumping around quite a bit with their defensive front, and it's hard to block that. They're moving around. The kids are confused a little bit as to who to block.
Third and 4, Saints, ball at their own 8-yard line. And again, San Marino jumps offsides before the snap, and that's going to give the Saints a first down.
You know, Santa Maria has a play. They have that. That is a play. That is a play, and they call it
on the count, on Dugarin's count.
They call it no call. They call it no call.
How does it work?
And Pete comes in the huddle, and he says no call. And they go up, and he just starts the cadence, and he continues the cadence. If nobody jumps off sides, he'll call a timeout, and they'll rehuddle. I remember last year, Aaron Ames said no call on one.
No call on one? Okay. Slot to the left side is de Guzman, wide to the left, Lewis. Again to Eddie Johnson, breaks a tackle, slips, loses his footing, and he pounds his hands on the ground. He knew he had 6 if he just got by that one more man, but he lost his footing and slipped at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup, however, of... see what we got, 7 yards on the carry for Johnson. It's going to be 8 yards for Johnson as they mark it nearer the 21. It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
Santa Maria is just getting short yardage runs, but that clock's still ticking away. 8:44 to go.
We've got to name a most valuable player in this ball game, guys. Keep that in mind before our broadcast's over. The KSMA Santa Maria Motor Parts most valuable player of the game. That player will receive a beautiful plaque from Santa Maria Motor Parts to mark the evening. So keep that in mind. Be thinking of an MVP, guys, and we'll take a vote. If it's unanimous, we'll go with that. If it's not, we'll go with mine. How's that for democracy in action?
You're the boss up here.
8:43 left to play. 4th quarter, Saints cruising 20-0. Give to Eddie Johnson. He blasts his way off the right side out to the 24-yard line, and apparently a Saints first down. It is a first down, Santa Maria at the 24-yard line, and the Saints will continue to roll more time off the clock. We're down to 8.5 to play.
But Scott Bivens, a 5'10", 205-pound senior linebacker, went out of the game on the last play with looked like he was shaken up, probably just the wind knocked out of him.
Unless we have an earth-shaking experience here, the Saints will move on to round 2 of the playoffs. We'll be on the air with that game next Friday at 7:15. A give to Johnson in the backfield again, and this time he is dropped for a loss on the play of about 2 yards back to the 23-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Saints.
We might tell Daryl Kostrava back at the studio, if you get a Quartz Hills Culver City score, come on and tell us.
Yeah, you're going to get a telephone call from there shortly, Daryl. Might not be before we're finished with the broadcast, but there will be one coming, and certainly pass it along to us if you have it, Daryl. Feel free to break in. There's a give to Robert Casares. Casares breaks a tackle out across the 45, out to the 49-yard line. First down, Saints. Robert Casares, for the 2nd time in this ball game, really breaks that fullback blast up the middle.
You know, I think that play must be averaging 25 yards tonight.
It's been a big one.
22, 26, and 27.
Yep.
It's first down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Saints own 48. Clock running, 7:25 left to play in the ball game. There's a give again to Casares. This time he gets up to the 50 and stopped there. Short gain. 2 yards on the play this time. It's going to be 2nd down and about 8.
We thought we might see Ken Snyder in there for the first time this year for Santa Maria tonight. He hasn't been in the game so far tonight.
Well, there he goes right now.
35.
Kenny Snyder into the ball game for the Santa Maria Saints for the first time this year.
Good for him.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think that's Snyder wearing that number. No, Snyder's 30. Excuse me, that's not Snyder in there. That is Velasquez in the ball game for Santa Maria. The give is to Eddie Johnson around the right side. Cuts it back inside. Reverses his field. 40, 35, 30-yard line and dropped there. Oh, my, what a run by Eddie Johnson.
That's the thing he does best, isn't it? He saw that opening back there, and he got his feet on it, and away he went.
21-yard run by Johnson. First down, Santa Maria, just outside the 30.
Hey, he was all hemmed in over here by the numbers.
Yeah, at the 40-yard line, looked like they had him, and he just stopped and took a left turn and cut it back up the middle and got another 10 yards.
Didn't even signal.
First down, Saints. The give is to the fullback. Casares up the middle, pulls his way down to the 26-yard line. Casares the ball carrier to the 26-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and about 6 for Santa Maria. I'm sure they'd like to get another score on the board, too, before the clock runs out, but the main Goal right now is to keep ticking the seconds off the clock, and we're down to 5:50 left to play in this ball game.
That's right.
20-0. Santa Maria leads. Second down and 6. The pitch to Johnson in the backfield. He's got some blockers in front of him. If he can get loose around the right side, and he is hit and dropped at the 25-yard line. And he couldn't quite get outside the containment. A good job defensively by San Marino here on the near side. Their defensive left this time.
Still got a couple of yards out of the play.
The ball goes to the 25-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and 5 for Santa Maria. Pickup of 1 on the play for Eddie Johnson.
I was watching the tight end that time, Dunning, and number 86, Tim Wagner, 6'1", 200-pound junior for San Marino, was riding him right on the shirt coming to the sideline. He made a great play on Johnson.
What are Dugurin's passing stats in the ball game, Doug?
Well, in the first half, he was had 12 completions.
Dugurin back to throw here on 3rd and 5 into the end zone. Dropped in the end zone by Chris Dunning. That was 6 for sure.
You know, Pete's had 2 passes intercepted in the end zone too.
Yeah.
And we're looking at a 35-0 score, and then now that one 42. There's 3 touchdowns that they should have really had.
Santa Maria has been very, very impressive tonight. They look like they should be the number 2 rated team in the Northwestern Conference right now, at least.
They are tough.
We haven't seen Monrovia yet. 4:54 left to play. 4th down. Saints going to go for it at the 25-yard line. No need to punt from here. Dugurin back to throw on 4th and long. Out intended for Dunning. Intercepted. Intercepted by San Marino at the 10-yard line. That's as good as a well-placed punt right there.
Boy, that's a dandy. It's on the 10.
Mark the ball at the 11-yard line.
You know, going down the road in the playoffs, though, you can't have passes intercepted in that end zone, and you can't have the ball picked off on the 10-yard line when you get into those big games later on. It's going to make a difference.
3rd interception of the night by Pete Dugurin.
I'm sure Barney's concerned a little bit.
Clock running, 4:40 left to play here in the ball game. San Marino with all 3 timeouts left. However, they've got to score at least 20 to send it into an overtime. On 1st down, they give the ball to Don Cherry. Cherry gets out across the 15-yard line, and they say knee down at the 15. A pickup of about 4 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for San Marino. Be thinking MVP of the ball game right now, guys. What do you think?
I'll tell you, I'm impressed with Jeff Jeffries on defense. They've got a shutout going right now, and he has been everywhere.
Jeff Jeffries defensively. I'm looking at Chris Dunning, possibly offensively, and Dunning played a pretty good game defensively as well.
Sure did.
Thoughts on it, Doug, after this play? We'll get to that. Penalty flags go down before the snap, so we have a chance to talk about it. Doug, what do you think?
I'll take the referees. They've been doing a good job.
Good job, Lon.
I like Dunning. He's had a lot of good catches. Dugurin's had a good game as well, passing. He's only had 4 incompletions. Of course, the 3 interceptions, but 2 of those were wind-aided down here in the end zone.
The penalty goes against Santa Maria for offsides. It'll make it 2nd down at about 2 for San Marino. The ball at the 20-yard line. So we've got 2 Chris Dunning votes and 1 Jeff Jeffries vote.
Shows you how much I know.
Well, what do you think, Bob? I mean, we don't want to jump to any conclusions here.
I don't want Dunning to whip me. Let's vote for Dunning.
We'll take a vote during the next commercial break. On a wing to the right side, and again, Santa Maria jumps off sides. Wing to the right was number 20, Moron, and as he went in motion, one of the Santa Maria players jumped, see if he was drawn offsides. Nope, offsides called against Santa Maria, and it'll be a 1st down for San Marino at the 25-yard line.
I think San Marino must have huddled their offense over there and figured out how they could run their own little no-call play.
Clock continues to run. 3:24 left to play in the ball game. 20-0. Santa Maria leads. Wide receivers left and right this time for San Marino. McLeod back to throw on 1st down. Out to the right side. Overthrown. And is it intercepted?
Complete, huh?
They knocked it away.
No, it is incomplete. Batted down out there. Nice defensive play by Bobby Watson and Leonard DeGuzman. DeGuzman, the man who broke up the play. And I thought for a minute he might have picked it off. 2nd down 10 for San Marino.
Leonard got shaken up a little bit. He's coming out of the game, and looks like they're going to put Pete Dugurin at free safety and move Bobby Watson over to the corner spot.
DeGuzman comes off limping a bit, and Santa Maria is going to take a timeout. A break in the action, 3:12 left to play in the game. The score, Santa Maria 20, San Marino nothing.
A night in northern Italy, That's dinner at Gino's Italian Specialties. At Gino's, everything is made fresh on the premises, from the pizzas to the pastas to the sauces and even the sausage. And Gino's has beer and wine to complement your meal. Dinner is served from 4:30 p.m., and that good sourdough thick crust pizza is available all day long. For an authentic Northern Italian lunch or dinner, it's Gino's Italian Specialties. They're located at 1244 West Main, just past Blosser.
Dugerin in at safety. Back to throw is McLeod on second down. Complete over the middle to his tight end, Covey. At the 40-yard line and a first down again for San Marino. 3:06 to play. Clock stopped while they moved the chains. Well, we had a vote while we were away. We whooped up on Bob Jimenez pretty good, and he agrees that Chris Dunning is the most valuable player of the ball game tonight. So congratulations to Chris Dunning, the KSMA Santa Maria Motor Parts most valuable player of tonight's first-round CIF playoff game. He'll get a beautiful plaque from Santa Maria Motor Parts for that at the Saints Awards banquet. First and 10, San Marino at their own 40-yard line. McLeod to throw play action. Oh, he's got that big tight end again. Covey complete. And is he hit hard inside Saints territory at the 48-yard line? Dugerin with the hit. Jeffries also getting up. And Covey just gets up and trots back into the huddle. He took a pretty good lick there.
I can tell you right now, I'm just watching Pete Dugerin. Pete's excited. He likes playing free safety. He's waiting to hit somebody else again.
Where's this big tight end Covey been all night? They're throwing some good passes.
He's a player.
Yeah.
6'3", 175.
And he can catch him. Marone wide to the right side. Wide to the left comes Lucio. The give to Don Cherry, I believe, the tailback in the ball game for San Marino, and he gets up to the 46-yard line, where it will be second down and about 8 yards to go for San Marino. They go quick without a huddle. That's, I think your headset cutting us out. There you go, Doug. Yeah, that was it. Okay, back to throw. On second down rather, is McLeod. He gets away from the rush, throws deep down the middle. His pass is complete. Penalty flag goes down, incomplete, but we're going to have pass interference called against Santa Maria back at the... Is cutting out like crazy here for some reason now. One of our headsets is doing a little shorting out.
It's hard to really see it from where we're sitting. What actually happened? It appears possibly the referee came in from behind and saw Bobby's right hand on the receiver's back as he reached in with his left and knocked the ball in. It looked like a great defensive play from here.
Here's one of the bad calls in high school, though. It's a 15-yard penalty. So instead of a pass completion all the way back down to the 10, San Marino gets only 15 yards, and they have it first and 10 on the Saints 32. They've got to change that rule in high school football.
Yeah, it stinks.
Wideouts left and right for San Marino. McLeod back to throw. Good pressure, and he is stopped for a loss.
Would have been a great time for a screen pass, John. They had a lot of heat coming. If they could have dumped it out here to Cherry in the flat, he'd still be running.
All the way back at the 43-yard line, they mark it. And we have a timeout taken now by San Marino, I believe. Yeah. Breaking the action, 1:47 left to play. Fourth quarter, score Santa Maria 20 and San Marino nothing.
SEMA Sporting Goods at 311 East Main Street in Santa Maria is your complete sporting goods headquarters. SEMA Sporting Goods.
Super deals on 84 Oldsmobiles and Hondas. Jack Stewart, the super dealer, is making super deals right now with immediate delivery on most models. Super savings on the entire line of Stewart Olds and Honda automobiles, as well as a large selection of late model used cars. So if you refuse to wait, come see Stewart Olds Honda now. 901 West Main in Santa Maria, where the cars go round and the prices go down.
Second down, rather, a pass out into the left flat intended for Will Cherry falls incomplete. And was he ever delivered a blow by Santa Maria's Lonnie Ticat? The linebacker coming up on the pass coverage just flattened Will Cherry, and Cherry is up and okay back in the huddle. And I mean to tell you, Ticat really put a crunch on him.
Well, you could hear it with the headphones on.
Ticat could get a couple of votes for player of the game, too. With his interception, he's been playing some good D.
He's a tough kid.
Third down and very, very long for San Marino, all the way back to their own 33. There's a pass intended for Will Cherry and complete and out of bounds inside the 40-yard line at about the 37-yard line A pickup of 6 from the 43. It's going to be 4th down and very long. Clock stop with 1:35. It is 4th down and about 16 for San Marino. They marked the ball at the 37-yard line. San Marino has to get done. Did they take another timeout? Yeah, they did. San Marino took another timeout. A break in the action with 1:35 left to play in the game. The score, Santa Maria 20, San Marino nothing.
Taking a ride to Guadalupe for a great meal at Gino's became quite a tradition 20 years ago. Well, the tradition lives again at Gino's Italian Specialties in Santa Maria. Ask anyone who's eaten at Gino's, and they'll tell you about the pasta and great thick-crust sourdough pizza, all made fresh on the premises. So start your own tradition today at Gino's. They open at 11 a.m. for lunch every day and at 3 p.m. on Sunday. For authentic Northern Italian food, it's Gino's at 1244 West Main, just past Blosser Road.
So the Santa Maria Saints have this one pretty well wrapped up. They will advance to round 2 of the playoffs. That'll be a week from tonight. KSMA will air that game live beginning at 7:15. The Saints will play the winner of tonight's Quartz Hill game against Culver City. And if Culver City were to win it, the game would be played in Culver City. If Quartz Hill wins tonight, there would be a coin toss tomorrow to decide the home field for that game. We'll keep you up to date on it here on KSMA. 4th down and about 16. There's a little screen pass out to the left side, and it falls incomplete. Santa Maria will take over on downs.
You know, that looked like it might have been a lateral there. Nobody picked the ball up.
Very close to it, wasn't it?
I didn't hear a whistle. It was a late whistle. They were thinking about it.
Yeah, I think when nobody went after the ball, the official said, okay, pass, incomplete.
Yeah.
No sense in getting in a big argument here with the decision all in already.
Didn't we have one of those earlier this year?
Yeah, we did. That took place in which game?
The Hancock game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Hancock game, exactly.
One of the big Saint playoff games several years ago against Culver City up here. We threw a pass out to Gary Crabtree, and he left the ball on the ground. The Culver City kid picked it up and ran it down to the 3-yard line.
Santa Maria interested in running the clock out now with 1.5 minutes left to play in the game. New tailback into the ball game for Santa Maria. That's Scott Smith. Penalty flag goes down before the Saints can get the play off. Illegal procedure going to be called against Santa Maria. That'll back them up 5 yards. Take the ball back to the 31-yard line where the Saints will have it 1st and 15.
Coach's son, Mike Ames, is playing quarterback up off the JV team.
And bringing Mike up allowed Barney to use Bobby Watson more extensively on offense than he had all year long, because Bobby was the backup quarterback until Eames came up from the JV, and that left Bobby free to play the wide receiver position with DeGuzman switching on and off. Clock running 1:24. The give is to the fullback, and I don't know who that is in at fullback now for Santa Maria. We'll see when he gets up off the pile.
I think it's Barney.
It's Barney. That's Ken Snyder. Hey, Kenny's in the ball game. Glad to see that. Yeah.
What a great kid.
And he fumbled the ball. And San Marino has recovered, and it's a 1st down for the Titans.
Well,
Can't have everything. Ken Snyder's first play from scrimmage in 1983, and there is nobody on the field right now that can even approach the feelings that Ken Snyder has. Very dejected young man when he came off. It really means nothing to fumble, but it meant a lot to Ken Snyder to get into the ball game and play, and that's a good story in itself. Ken had a devastating injury early in the season, Bob, with that the torn ligaments in the ankle and the leg area there, and he missed the whole season his senior year, and the Saints got into the playoffs. Ken diligently was out with every practice. There isn't a play running out there that he doesn't know.
That's
He's
right.
been out at every practice and been working the last couple of weeks, and he's really worked hard to get back into it. My hat's off to Ken Snyder.
Yeah, he
has
is
a lot of guts.
He's a dedicated young man. He came out there. You had to chase him out of the weight room with a switch. You know, I mean, that's how much he wanted to lift weights and do all the right things to make the program a success. And, you know, being 9-0-1 right now, even though he didn't play, Kenny Snyder had a big part in this. He really did.
Santa Maria used a timeout because of the defensive mix-up in their assignments, and now we're ready to play again. 1:12 to play, 4th quarter. San Marino just hoping for a somewhat of a face-saving touchdown, a cosmetic job, if you will. Pass by the quarterback McLeod out to the right side, incomplete, intended out there for the tight end Covey, and it will be second down for San Marino. The clock stopped at 1:08. This one is history. The only thing remaining to be settled now is the final score.
Eddie Johnson, 25 carries in the game for 148 yards, 74 in the first half, 74 in the second half.
Good balance.
Pretty close.
Wind blowing harder than it has all night here right now. Pass down to the right side is intercepted, I believe, by Santa Maria, or is it incomplete? The official is signaling incomplete. Pass broken up by Bobby Watson. Pete Dugarin also over there. For Santa Maria, it'll be third down. Russ Zierman asking us for scores of the other game over to our right. Russ, we can tell you that at halftime, it was Quartz Hills and Culver City tied at 7-7. We haven't heard anything further since then. At the 40-yard line, San Marino has it. 1:01 left to play in the ball game. Out of the shotgun, McLeod back to throw on 3rd and 10. Over the middle, overthrown, intercepted by Dugarin. Pete Dugarin intercepts the ball and falls down at the 22-yard line, and the Saints will need to run off only 1 or 2 plays now to finally wind the time off the clock. We don't have any other scores right now to pass along right now. We will, however, put all of the scores on the KSMA Sports line, 922-1111, and as all the scores come in, we'll be putting them on the line, have them there for you, and also here on the air with Daryl Kostrava back at KSMA when we have the scores in. Eames at quarterback again. There's a give to his fullback. Penalty flag on the play. Carrying the ball for Santa Maria was number 34, Brewer, up from the junior varsity team. Ron Brewer is his name. No, it is Bob Brewer. You're right. 34 seconds. Flag on the play. We'll wait and see what the penalty is about. It's going to go against Santa Maria, so you can take the carry away from Brewer. He still not carried the ball as a varsity player. What is the hand behind the head? What is that? Let me get out my handy-dandy official's guide. I think that's Excedrin headache number 32, which is how many seconds we have left here in the ball game. Doug got some information for us there? We got a phone call?
No, that was a basketball score.
Oh, good. What was that?
I don't know. I didn't get it.
Saints run off the final play of the ball game now. It is a handoff. It is Brewer, the ball carrier. Brewer gets a yard or two out to the 22-yard line. Saints will watch the clock run down, and the crowd will count it off.
10 wins.
So the Santa Maria Saints, very impressive in the first round of the CIF playoffs. They defeat the San Marino Titans by a score of 20-0. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment.
Eastinger. Now, we think you'll enjoy the fast, courteous service you'll receive at Santa Maria Motor Parts. Eastinger is the first street south of New Love and the first street north of Carmen Lane. Santa Maria Motor Parts. See them soon.
20-0, the Santa Maria Saints win the ball game. Here's how the scoring went with 6:12 left to play in the first quarter. Eddie Johnson, a dazzling 42-yard run for the touchdown, and the extra point kick by Ordonez was wide. Santa Maria led it 6-0. 3:59 left to play first quarter. Ted Ortega bowled his way up the middle for 9 yards and a touchdown. The Saints went for 2, and Dugarin hit de Guzman in the end zone. A circus catch by Leonard de Guzman for the 2-point conversion, and the Saints had a 14-0 lead. The Saints scored again just before halftime, an 87-yard drive on 10 plays, scoring with 29 seconds left when Dugarin hit Tony Lewis wide open in the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown pass. The snap on the PAT kick was bad. The Saints led 20-0, and that was to be all the scoring in the ball game. Final stats on the ball game, and for that we'll go to Doug Nelson.
Okay, for Santa Maria.